Welcome back to the Unstaged Success Podcast. Today we have a bit of a touchy subject, sensitive subject.
I would say a trending subject.
Absolutely. So today we are discussing Andrew Tate. And we're just going to be talking about what we think of him, what we think about what happened. And we're just going to be touching base on that a little bit.
Yeah, I think we all have our opinions about certain issues that he raises. So to start, let's play a clip.
Okay, I don't know what order these are in, so it's just...
Go to the club with your friends. I don't know what kind of bitch-ass dude is letting his chicks go to the club with her friends without him. No. You stay in the house. You don't go nowhere. You're not, no restaurants, no clubs, nothing.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Okay. So who wants to go first? Who wants to go first?
Grace, go ahead.
Okay. I think that in that certain clip right there, it's cut up.
Yes.
It's like paraphrased. So not that I agree with how that's cut up or anything that was being said there. I just think that we can't judge, or people who are listening to this judge that to be accurate. Okay, because it's cut
accurate in the sense of it wasn't a full sentence.
It wasn't a full sentence.
No,
okay?
it's like real time. Like
there was no cuts in that clip.
Not at all.
Okay.
He's literally being recorded saying it.
Okay, so then now here's the second point, that men that speak like this or sound like this, it's because of their own insecurities.
Absolutely.
And that is also a very important point that I think we should point out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. To be Andrew Tate's girlfriend is equivalent to going to prison. Clearly. So.
Okay.
No restaurants. All right.
I would say that I don't agree with him 100%, and I don't disagree with him 100%. I kind of take every clip and make a judgment based on that
Based on that clip, yes.
Right? So that clip in specific, absolutely not. If somebody told me that I needed to stay home and not go to the club, I'd be like, adios.
It was the club that got her for you, or the restaurant?
No, because
Ciao.
I know that I'm a good person. I know where my loyalty lies. I know that I'm not going to go to the club and do something stupid.
Right.
I also
He's
want to
just
be
insecure.
aware of my surroundings. So if somebody's telling me that I can't go out, that's because you're insecure.
Right.
Well,
that
I'm
means
not gonna
I shouldn't
suffer
trust you when
the
you go out.
consequence of
Men,
that.
if your woman goes out, but she comes home to you, wouldn't you want to know, with full certainty that I could go out or you could go out, and if they decide to do something, they did it. You
100%.
It's better that way.
Thank
you
you
know.
for letting me know.
Exactly.
Thank you for letting me know.
You get it over with sooner. If they're
Exactly.
type of person,
If you're
holding them
controlling
hostage,
it, you'll never. They're gonna do it anyway. That you
Exactly.
find ways to do it, and it's
Right.
not just gonna happen from the club.
Yeah.
Just be secure. Just
he's
let your
extremely insecure.
partner be them, and they'll let them
Yeah.
be you.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would
Insane.
want my partner to go out and have fun, and I would want the same. I would
Respect
want the
when you
same
go
respect.
out.
Exactly.
Now,
It's very simple.
some beg the question that in this instance, he might be doing it because he believes that a woman's place is at home to be protected by the man.
Right. But if he's at the club, how is he protecting his woman?
Point blank.
If he's going to the restaurants and the clubs
Yeah.
where your woman's at home alone being unprotected,
No.
come on.
Yeah.
So, what's another one that he said?
Here. Let me go to the next one. Is this the same thing? Hold on.
I don't think the world has ever been equal. That the modern society we live in has been built by men. Let's cut the crap. All the roads you see, all the buildings you see, everything around you, men built. All of it. When women come along and say, oh, we're just as important, you are just as important, but you had a completely different role. You fulfilled a different role in society. And I think now, if you look at the roles of society, I believe men are still doing their job, but I don't know if women are doing their job. Men are still out here building the modern world. But when they come home now, the girl's like, oh, why should I cook for you?
Would you be with me if I'd slept?
Okay.
This one I think is...
I would agree with certain parts of what
yeah,
he said there.
it's
and
not
disagree with
completely
others.
repulsive to
Yeah.
listen to.
Yeah, I would agree with certain parts of that. I think that they are trying to build a society where men and women are completely equal in a lot of ways, and I think that I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't disagree with it, but I also don't fully agree with that.
Right.
Equality in terms of biology, we're not equal.
No,
Agreed.
No.
Men are scientifically, biologically stronger than women.
Right.
Strongest woman and the strongest men in the room, and have them wrestle, the strongest man's going to come out.
Right.
Women also give birth. There's biological differences.
Right. Absolutely.
The term equality comes in when he's discussing roles. He's like,
Right.
women are not doing their roles.
That's where I disagree. Yeah.
Okay, so define roles.
I took that in the sense of, because he used the example of now men get home from work and she's like, why should I cook for you? Well, why should I cook for you? I was at work all day too.
Exactly.
Right.
Why don't you cook for me?
Yeah.
What do you mean? If we were both at work all day, why are you coming home and saying, where's my food?
Right.
Right. Yeah, in that regard, I agree.
That
Like,
that was where he lost me at the beginning.
That should be equal playing field. Like we're both
Right.
working, we're both coming home.
Right. Are you?
Why
are
does
you?
that fall on me?
If Andrew Tate is in a relationship where he works all day and the woman does not, and maybe he comes home and a meal's not prepared, I would say then, okay, there's equality is not being met there, because on the woman's
Right.
part, you know, her needs are met monetarily, and you know, he's hungry. You must be
Right.
hungry. Like,
It's
just
not
help
even
each
as
other.
it's not even in the sense of like you have to. Like even if I was doing nothing all day and he came home and he's like, where's my food? Don't ask like that.
Right.
Because I would throw it in the garbage.
Right.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I should be
Even
that
if I
expectation.
make
I throw it out.
I think it's the demanding of it, which
Yeah.
makes it
Right.
wrong, I guess.
If you have mutual respect for your partner,
Mm-hmm.
if you have the privilege of staying at home, you would want to cook and clean. And when he comes home, maybe dinner's being made.
Mm-hmm.
It's not ready in a silver fucking platter waiting for him.
That's
It's
fine.
not waiting for him,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the mutual respect there. No one's demanding anything. It's just something that you do for each other
So-
out of respect.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me ask you this. If you're at dinner, do you believe that the woman should pay equal the bill as the man?
It depends. It depends on that.
How come?
If it's a first date,
Mm.
no.
Mhm.
Like,
I think
I'm sorry.
I think
the
it's
way it is.
dependent. If a guy asked to take me out, I would expect that he would be paying the bill because he asked to take me out.
Right.
But if I made the move and I wanted to take that guy out, I would be paying
They
that
would never
bill.
let that
Excellent.
happen, though. Right.
Yeah, but they shouldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
sh-
Right.
they
He
shouldn't.
let you. You're telling me you
So
wouldn't
on
leave
that
being
same
like,
note,
I'm not
on that
seeing you
same
again.
note,
Honestly, no, I wouldn't. I have no issue paying the bill.
Of course not.
But I think
Well,
that
we all agree that
there's something nice about
There's
I think it's a
chivalry.
gentleman thing to
there's
do.
chivalry, which is very different from what Andrew Tate is expressing.
Right.
Okay, he takes chivalry to a whole other dimension. There's expectations on both the man and the woman.
Yeah.
That society is, whatever it is, we can all agree on. One of them is that it would be nice on our first date that the man provides.
Right.
But hey, now we're in an era where I can take you out too, baby.
Right.
And it's on me.
I think that after that initial, maybe you've been on a date like one or two times and things are going well, I don't think that now he is fully responsible to finance whatever it is that you'd like to do. So there's a new restaurant that you want to try. I don't believe that he's now responsible for funding your outings.
Right.
No, I think this.
Right.
I
Like-
think that it's equally as nice to be able to do something for that person.
Right.
Just because you're the guy, that doesn't mean that you have to pay the bill every time.
Right.
I want to do something nice for you too.
Exactly.
No, but I'm
The
The
saying
same
if
way that
he's
I enjoy
asking
being
you out,
treated,
right.
it would be nice to treat somebody.
Right, but
exactly.
if he asked you out and he
He's
stuck
paying
you
the
with
bill.
the bill,
Yeah.
No, but
you
that's
would be like, you're not
but
getting
that-
called back.
No, that's what I said though. So if a guy is saying to me, "Hey, I want to take you to dinner,"
Right.
I'm expecting that you're taking me to dinner and you're giving me an experience. You're giving me
Right.
that night.
Right.
And if
Of course,
I'm
it's a
messaging
date.
you and saying, "I want to take you to dinner. I want to do something nice for
Yeah,
you,"
but
that's on me.
how many times out of 10 have you been
I
like,
would-
I would like to take you to dinner, good man?
Probably never in my life, but I'm not opposed to it either.
Right. Like it's the norm for the guy to ask the girl out and then they pay the bill. But after that, I think it's not 50-50, but I mean, one time he gets the bill, the next time you get it. Like, you know what I mean? Or if you guys are at dinner and then you go to do something else, maybe he pays for the dinner and then you pay for the thing that you guys are doing afterwards.
Yeah, listen, like
I don't think, yeah.
I think it's a nice thing. Like if a guy wants to continuously be paying my bills, no problem.
Right.
Like
I'm not gonna complain.
No, I'm not gonna complain about it.
Right.
But I can also hold my own, and I would like to treat somebody as well.
I just
So
don't
it's
think
just-
society, like a man, I don't think they would let that happen.
Andrew Tate also suggests in that clip that the man built the modern world. Well,
Right.
it's fact that when you have women enter the economy, economics improves in the country. The more educated a woman is, and the more women are in the economics of the government, that country is proven through history to have done better.
Right.
So for him to say that this world was built by a man and it was the men's decisions is completely false.
I think back in the day, though,
It was.
the women were not involved. They were at home. They cooked. They cleaned.
I think
birth.
he has a very old school perspective.
Yeah.
And I think that in that specific clip, he was talking about buildings being built and things like that.
Yeah,
And
like,
Yeah,
that
but
wasn't
what about
like-
the home being built and like all the businesses
Right,
that
but that's
thrive
what he
from
said.
the woman's side of things?
Yeah. He said they're equally as important, but they had different roles.
Okay.
But then-
Which is
then-
accurate.
So then is that accurate? Does the
Right.
man go and build construction and build the buildings and do
Right.
that, and the woman stays home and builds the family and the home and all that? Like,
I-
is that accurate?
No, I think women can be in construction. I think men can stay home and build a family.
It just everything is not as black and white as it used to be, because now you do have women in the trades. You do have construction. Like when you see that, I remember when you were driving down, I think it was Eglinton, and they had signs and it said like drive slow, my dad works here or something like that. There was a
Yes.
huge backlash because they were like, well, my mom works there.
Right.
Yeah.
So they had different signs saying different things.
My parents now.
My parents, my
Yeah.
mom works here, my dad works here. Like
Yes.
they changed it to be more inclusive.
Right, right.
So now there are women that are in construction, which you did not see before.
Right.
So yes, now there are stay-at-home dads. Again, you did not see that before. So it's not as black and white, like
So he just has an old school perspective. Then.
right, and he's not adapting.
Adapting.
His comments about, I don't know if we have that clip, about him talking about a woman who's had multiple sexual partners.
I think that's coming up.
Let's listen to that one.
Hold on.
50 men.
Hold on.
Why should I cook for you?
Would
It's
you
come-
agree with me if I'd slept with over 50 men?
Idiot.
I'm a high value woman, right?
How can you be high value if 50 men have slept with you?
I've just been single for a long time.
Why is that?
Okay.
The music's over it, but she said, he said, how could you be a high value woman
If you've
50 men
slept
have
with
slept
50,
with you? Yeah.
50 over 50. How can you be high valued if men have over
The
50
same
men have
way
slept
a
with
man
you?
is high value if he sleeps with 50 women.
So why can a man have multiple sex partners and not be disgusting?
Exactly. This is where he loses me, like
Like,
completely.
what is your value? Depends how you look at it. Like I said in the office,
Right.
I'm saying here. You know, if you want a woman with experience, you want her to have sex.
Right. But
You'll enjoy
you're-
the experience.
You are allowed to have personal preferences. If you're the type of person that conducts yourself in a certain way where maybe you don't sleep around, it's okay for you to have a preference that a man didn't do that as well.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if you're somebody that maybe has slept with one guy, you're not going to go for
Right.
the guy that slept with 100 women.
Right. Just like if you're the type of girl that slept
Right.
with 100 guys, you won't care if your boyfriend you're fucking has 100 women.
Exactly. You're allowed to have a certain standard, or like somebody that you're attracted to. Maybe it's a turn off if he's been with too many women, whatever the case is. But you're not walking around here saying if you've slept with this many people, you're disgusting. You can have your standard without being rude. You're attracted to what you're attracted to. That's fine. That doesn't mean anyone is worth less or anyone is more disgusting. And especially because you're doing the same thing. So it's not disgusting when you do it. Not to mention with the women that you're doing it with. They're not disgusting. But when it's
Right.
time to settle down, she's gross.
I think that this is where the whole equality thing comes in, and I think that girls or women grew up and they're viewed in a certain light, and men grow up and they're viewed in a certain light. And I think that women grow up and it's like, you know, you have to save yourself, you're sacred, you're like this flower, this, you know, like precious thing. So when you're going and you're sleeping around with all these men, you're ruining that. But a guy has never been looked at as this precious, sacred, special flower.
They're
You
not.
know- You know what I mean?
They're not special.
You know what I mean? So I think that that's where that kind of comes in, and I think that women have just been seen in a different light than men,
Right.
which is why when a girl sleeps with 50 guys, they're viewed as a,
Yeah.
you know,
Quote unquote.
But do we agree with that?
If I'm a guy and I believe that, and this woman slept with so many men, it just shows me that maybe
they're not committed, you know, like they're having a hard time committing, just like it would show a female that about a man. Like
exactly.
I
think that you get the same results. If you're a woman that has slept with 100 men and you're a man that slept with 100 women, you are the same.
issue. Yeah. And you're the problem. Don't go out
But
sleeping
I
with
think
100
that
men.
I think that in this society we're picking and choosing when we want a man to be a man and a woman to be a woman when it benefits us. So we just had the argument that it's nice when a guy pays the bill.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Who made that a thing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The same people that
Men.
made
The same people
The same
that
people that
made
build the
the
building.
guys sleeping with 50 people not bad and
Right.
girls sleeping with 50 people
Yeah.
shameful.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We're picking and choosing. So
Yeah.
if I want the guy to pay the bill, then I would also expect that me sleeping with 50 guys is more trashy than a guy doing it. Because that's the mindset I have, because I want that guy to pay the bill and I want him to be a man.
Right.
And a man has different responsibilities than a woman.
The responsibility is not to give you an STD. The responsibility is to
well, if you have an
maintain the
STD, I want to know about it.
when you say a man being a man and a woman being a woman, a man, generally, he provides for the household, protective, all that kind of stuff. There is nothing in there where you're just like, oh, it's just a man being a man, where he's had sex with everybody and their mother and gives you an STD. That's
Listen.
not being a man. That's nowhere
Right.
in the written, unsaid rules of being a man. You're a man, you're strong, you're successful. Like, there are certain qualities.
So
and that's
where
not
does
in
it say that a guy has to pay the bill?
Taking care of it, providing, chivalrous? That's
Providing.
always been that way. That doesn't mean that you can be a you know what and I can't.
I'm not saying that I think that a girl should be shamed for sleeping with 50 guys versus
Right.
a guy. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying it's the way that you choose to
Accept that on the first
accept
date.
it. Yeah.
You,
Right.
the
If
man
I'm going to
should
choose
pay.
to accept certain things
you
that
can
I want
accept
you
that,
to do,
yeah.
then I also have to do
Yes.
certain things. You know
Like,
what
like there's, yeah.
No, I'm
there's-
not
do you know what I'm trying to,
understanding.
like,
So there's a certain.
So if I want you to pay for my dinner, then I have to be with, okay, whatever it is that you feel like doing, even if I don't like it, which means I will pay for myself from moving forward.
Women
for-
should.
That's
Women
what I'm
should.
seeking.
No.
Women should.
it goes back to
Women should be very selective. And if you're not that type of woman and you want to go and have amazing sex with amazing partners around the world, good for you too. It's your choice. But if I'm telling my daughter, you should go and explore, and no, I would never be telling her that.
Right, but would you say that to your son?
Absolutely. I would never want
Right,
that
but that's
same
the
thing.
equality, though. That's like you
Yeah.
having a son and saying, you go
It's
get
just
him,
holding
all this-
yourself.
I would,
and
yeah.
It's a sacred thing having sex, okay? Like, you know, it depends on who the partner is, whatever, but it is really fucking sacred. Your two bodies combining.
Right.
So I don't think that should be something that you just share with everybody. Just like you
Right.
wouldn't hug and kiss or invite people to your house, the exact same way. It needs
Right.
to be capped, okay, people?
right.
Okay, so this is how I see it. Just to go back to the kid point, if I had a daughter, I would be saying exactly that. You know, don't be spreading your legs open for everybody. Like,
Right,
you know,
right.
I would be saying that.
Of
And I would want to
course.
raise my son to be classy as well.
Yeah, I
and
wouldn't-
to treat women
right.
properly.
I would say don't stick your thing in everybody
if my
either.
son and my daughter came to me and both of them said that they slept with 50 people, I would be more disappointed in my daughter. I don't know why. I don't know.
That might honestly just be
I-
because you know how she will be viewed because of
Maybe-
the society that we
Maybe,
live in.
but that's
I
just
feel like that's where that
that's
would come
just
from.
where
Why
my
do
opinion
why do
would
guys
stand.
get like praise for the more women they sleep with? It's like,
Right.
whoa.
They're not. It's not even that it's accepted. They get praised
For it. Yeah.
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 And then you have like half of the amount.
I
And they're
wonder.
crying.
I wonder if
Right.
it has to do with like animal instincts. Like, is that something that happens amongst herds? Like, if a male has multiple partners, they're perceived as a leader.
I have no.
I have
idea.
no idea where this came from, but I have to say, not just being a Leo and all, with lions, the female lioness is the one that hunts. Did you guys know that?
No.
You didn't know that?
No.
She's the hunter. All the husband does is procreate, meaning he gives her babies and she does everything else.
Accurate.
Honestly. So that's a biological thing between genders. Like, how come that hasn't picked up? I don't know. Just had to throw that one in there.
I think just society has been what it's been for so long, and there are so many people that have been raised by old school parents, and they just cannot wrap their head around things changing.
I think there's old school traditions that I will maintain in my household. like I said, that's just, I don't know why I feel that way about it. But if both of my kids came to me with the same number of people that they slept with, I'm not saying I would be cheering my son on. Absolutely not.
Right.
But I would feel more like,
where did I drop the ball with my daughter?
maybe, like, I don't know.
Yeah, like,
maybe to a
what's
certain
wrong?
degree.
What happened?
I don't know.
Right.
You know, again, and I'm not making women wrong for that. Like, do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. If I don't want to sleep with 50 people, that's on me. And if you do, that's on you. I don't care.
Yeah.
But when it's my daughter, I might.
Right. I feel like when you bring children into it, like, obviously you're going to be a bit more sensitive about it. Like, no parent wants to hear that.
Right.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I would assume your reaction wouldn't be like, oh yeah, good job, killer. Like,
right. But I'm just saying I might not be as like disappointed in my son, and I don't know why I feel like that.
But it might just be because you know that he's probably still safe. Like he's not having.
What did it have to do with the fact that women get pregnant and men don't?
I would think that that's a huge factor.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it's something to be cautious of. I mean, for sure,
Definitely.
especially.
So maybe that's also where the mindset. Hey, his delivery is so absurd.
He actually said in a video that if he has sex with 3 different women and they all get pregnant, you know who the father is. But if he is one of her 3, you don't know. Get a DNA test. So now I don't care. I literally could not care less how many people anybody has slept with. It's just I wouldn't be lesser of for if I'm disgusting, then you're disgusting. If it's not acceptable for you, you're like, you realize you're having sex with women. So all the 40 women that you've had sex with, are they equally as disgusting? Like,
This goes back to like what we were talking about the other day too. I just think that when you're entering into a relationship, it doesn't really have to be discussed.
Right.
Like, why do we're going to go on our first date and be like, by the way, I slept with 50 people.
How the hell are
Hope
you
you're
going to
okay
know?
with that. Like,
What
that's not
difference
your
does it make?
business.
It
but
doesn't
I'm
make a
wondering
difference.
if he would, if that's something he would ask.
And I would say it's none of your damn business.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I'm with you now,
Yeah.
and we're going to
What-
build our relationship.
Right.
And if I'm going to be intimate with you, I'm not going to be being intimate with other people.
So if a guy said,
So don't
to
worry
you,
about
like,
it.
Just so you know, like, I've had sex with over 150 people.
I would probably be like, date's over.
Yeah, like,
I can't.
I would be like,
That's just, that to me
if
is
you
disgusting.
didn't tell me,
you might have had
be a different story, but
Or like pay the bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's again
But that's what
personal
I'm saying,
preference.
though, like the way that they're looking at it, we're looking at it. Like, if it's disgusting for a woman,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna hold that same disgust when it's you.
Exactly.
And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
If
it
you
also
don't care,
comes
then
down
I
to
don't
what
care.
you want out of a guy or a girl. Like, if I don't
Right.
want to be with someone who's been with 150 people, it's not even that it's classified as disgusting. I don't even care. You did what you did, and you wanted to sleep with that many people. Good for you. That's not what I want, so this is where we part.
Right.
And that's it. There's no
Right.
label
Yeah.
for it. You're
So
not
we-
disgusting.
so
You're not.
we
I'm
are
just. It's
agreeing
just not
with
what I
the fact
want.
That the higher that number gets, the more you kind of go like this.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. We can agree on that.
I'm pretty sure I'm just confirmed the opposite of what I started at the beginning. You're like, I don't care. The second you put it into perspective and you're like 150 girls, I'm like,
Yeah.
I think it's just the way you broadcast it, though. Like, I'm also not going on TikTok and saying, if you've slept with over 10 women, you're disgusting. How
Right.
could you be a high value
Right.
man? Like, it's you. Again, personal preference versus
projecting.
projecting in like on like a large audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I watched his interview with Pierce Morgan, and he brought that up, and he just mentioned that a lot of the things that people are seeing now are things that he may have said before he even knew he was famous.
Right.
So now, how do you counter that, right? Like he's now going on, and in this interview, he wasn't speaking as though like he sounded there. He sounded so intelligent, actually, and he's setting the record straight.
You can
in
see
his intention.
in certain interviews when he's like shutting off him wanting attention and
Right.
when he's actually being genuine. You can hear it in his voice, but you're taking the. I don't care whether you're genuine or not. You're taking the video, saying what you're saying, and posting it on the internet.
Right.
Whether it's intentional or not, you're getting the attention that you
Yeah.
asked for.
I think that this is where I don't completely hate him.
Right.
is because I think that he's just doing a lot of it for the fame. And
Yeah.
for
I'm
the-
sure he is.
And
I'm sure
I
he
think
is.
that so many things circulate on the internet, and we just haven't come across it yet, or haven't seen somebody's certain clip. But there's other people that think the same way. He just made noise, and he
Right.
did exactly what he wanted to do.
Absolutely.
So I don't even know if he believes everything he's saying.
No, I think
is
to a
100%
certain
accurate. I
extent-
think he's also just saying it to blow up the internet, and now
Right.
everybody's talking about him. We're sitting here talking about Andrew Tate. That is
Exactly. That's
exactly what he wanted.
That's-
Yeah,
Exactly.
and
Right?
he did that.
Right.
He got what he
That
wanted.
doesn't make him any less of an idiot at all. Whether there's truth behind it or not, it's still coming out of your mouth. And you're uploading it to the internet for everybody to see. So whether you
Yeah.
mean it or not, now everybody thinks that this is what you believe.
Right.
So you
doesn't
had
make
your
it
10
right.
minutes of fame.
Yeah.
How's that going to affect him for the rest of his life?
Right.
Good for you.
And everyone else.
Right. Like,
Right.
I don't care whether he meant it or not.
But then he also has clips, and he's like, I don't know, I think that a woman should be protected. I saw a clip, he's like, I think a woman should be protected, and I would stand up
probably
against
have it.
10 men to
Right.
protect my own woman. So then I'm like,
Right.
okay, like, I think that
That
that's
sounds
valid
amazing.
and genuine.
Right.
You're
So
on
I
this
don't know, that's
platform.
why I
Say
just-
that.
Right. I think I have it, actually.
That's why I take every clip, and I just make an opinion. He's
Yeah.
so...
That's the first clip you played for me, and I was like, I like this guy.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Can't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Stop saying
Oh, this is a good one about him. I made sure to include one of those.
I put a post up saying I'm going to donate $1 for every like to a charity which supports women against domestic violence, and also a charity that helps men with mental health issues, because there's no point in trying to support one against the other. We're all people.
Right.
I pledged 1.2 million American dollars, and that didn't get a single publication. They ignored it
Right.
completely.
Which is
Right.
fair.
Yeah, I think that whenever somebody does something good, that'll never be discussed. But as soon as somebody makes a negative remark, it's all over the internet,
Right.
right? So I think that
That's
there's also
accurate. I'm not
truth to that.
surprised.
But he's acknowledging that now that he has received the fame that he's always wanted, that he absolutely does not want to tell little boys that women should be beat or women should be disrespected.
Right.
You know?
I don't think he was full on. I think this is the clip that we were talking about.
Okay.
I absolutely love women. I have nothing against women. I believe women are the most precious things on the planet. They create life. They should be protected. They should be provided for. I would never let a woman pay for a bill. I would never let a woman, if someone touched any of my women, I would stand up against 10 men by myself and risk my life to protect her. I believe that women are beautiful creatures. I just don't think that they're as emotionally calm as men in stressful situations. I don't think they can fight like a man can. And for the same reason, I would never drop my children in an all-male nursery. I think that's strange and weird. I would only drop them in an all-female nursery. Women do certain things and men do certain things. And we live in a world now where the whole idea of the roles has been conflated to the fact where if I come along and say women are better with children and men are better at fighting, I'm somehow fucking sexist, when it's clearly true. There's nothing wrong with stating the facts. It's the truth. I absolutely...
I honestly don't think I have anything to say to that one.
Why?
In terms of you agree or disagree?
I agree, I think.
Well, when he
Yeah.
said that men are emotionally stronger than women, I know some pretty, emotional men.
That I think is up for debate. I think that's all
Yeah.
about your personality.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I know
That
some
comes
men
down
that are
to
hotheads. I know some that
personality.
aren't. Like,
yeah.
I think that strictly comes down to personality.
Yeah. I would have
If
to
I'm,
agree.
if I'm being completely honest, in my relationship, I am not the emotional strength. Like, obviously, my husband is always calm, graceful. I don't know how he does that,
What an
but that's
angel.
me. But I feel like that's just me. I believe that
Right.
some men, I feel like the opposite.
Right.
I think it's a
Stressful
personality
situation.
thing.
Actually,
Yeah.
I do know a couple where the woman is stronger mentally. I do.
Right.
I do.
There are some, typically when you look at, again, what's the term? Stereotypes. It's normally the man that is a hothead
Uh-huh.
and not the women.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, I guess stereotypically, normally it's not the woman that pops off and the husband's like, I'm so sorry
Right,
for her
right, right.
behavior.
Stereotypically,
Listen,
it's,
I think
it's the man. Yeah,
circumstantial.
yeah, yeah.
I
yeah.
think it depends what the argument is at
Yeah.
hand.
Now I think that
And-
norm is getting broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like if I feel like my partner is in the wrong, I will be mentally stable. I will be the one that is holding my ground. I'm not going to be no emotion. I'm like, if
Right.
I know I'm right, I
Right.
know I'm right.
Right.
I think it's
No,
all
I can't speak on that.
circumstantial. I think it's all circumstantial. It depends on what the
Yeah,
argument is in that moment.
exactly.
Yeah,
It
if I'm-
is. It's so true.
if I'm angry, I'm angry. He's the same man that says this. Hold on.
And having sex with multiple women is not nearly as disgusting disgusting or degrading as a woman having sex with multiple men. It's not the same thing. Pretending it's the same thing is a complete lie. It's a lie on every single level.
Or
What's so attractive about younger women? If I meet a girl who's 33 and single, I know the amount of dick that's been through her before me is just simply unattractive. I don't care how nice you are, but you're 33 years old. If I get a 19-year-old girl, I might be your second or third man, right? I'm going to be dude number fucking 29, and all the trauma and heartbreak and bullshit they put you through, you're going to try and bring to my door? Like, well, my last man cheated. I don't give a fuck. Why is that my problem? If you pick up older women, you have to accept they've been on the carousel longer. They've had more fucking rides. I don't know.
Okay.
So this is where I think that
Same
he's
for
an
guys.
idiot.
Same for guys.
That's what I'm
They've been
saying.
on the carousel
him
longer
being
too.
that genuine where we're kind of like, okay, maybe he's not so bad is
False.
it's not him clarifying. It's him literally counter.
What he's had said.
I don't know the word.
Yeah.
He's going back on every. He's not
Yeah.
clarifying what he meant.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
literally the complete
The
opposite
opposite.
of what he just said.
Right.
Like there was this one too, which I don't understand. He's delusional.
About women like that they're your property.
That's not what I said. I was talking about an OnlyFans company when that question was asked. But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So if she wants to do OnlyFans, she owes him some money because she's his.
Well, that's crazy. That one's crazy.
So you think that a man going out with a girl that's just your property?
That one was nuts.
I'm nuts now. Good.
If a guy and a girl is dating and a girl does OnlyFans, she owes him a cut.
She is his girl.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because she's his.
So that is you saying that women are your property.
It's not about being property. It's about the fact that she belongs to him, and the intimate parts of her body belong to him because they're in a relationship. And if she wants to sell those, he has a stake in those intimate parts of her body.
So
Then
it's
don't be with
reverse.
someone that's on
A male
OnlyFans.
porn star owes the woman.
I don't know because I think the women belong to the man. I think
Did you hear that? He's like, so what about him? Hold on.
What if? What if?
So
What?
it's reverse. A male porn star owes the woman.
I don't know because I think the women belong to the man. I think
So even when
He
you
is
reverse it,
reversed,
he's
he
like,
still
no.
thinks no.
He still
So
thinks-
this is the guy that's saying, I utterly
Yeah.
love women and I would protect them.
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up.
He's saying, like the woman's body is so intimate, like that's sacred. That's your. Well, then why are you with somebody who's on OnlyFans?
Right.
Right, exactly.
Like,
But now it's
the
if you
first
want to sell them,
problem.
that's my money.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
that's the-
You want to sell?
Yeah.
If you want to sell those, I get. Look,
Yeah.
No,
No. That's
that's
just
just
idiocy.
It's stupidity.
That's
stupidity.
idiocy. That is
Yeah.
so stupid. And that wraps up our time.
that concludes that.
Hey, Andrew Tate, if you watch this, just so you know, we emailed you. And we'd appreciate a response, all right? So get back to us.
We don't hate you. We don't love you.
Yeah.
I personally don't like you at all.